Hello glorious capsuleers, and welcome to yet another edition of Eve Pulse, where we give you all the latest information on what's going on in New Eden and what's coming up in the not too distant future. The first thing we'd like to talk about today is the September release, and we want to give you a rundown of all the cool stuff that's just been put out onto Tranquility. Wormholes will have a substantial graphical overhaul from the audio and graphics team with this release that will see new visuals and new audio, changing their look from a flatter 2D effect into a three-dimensional effect that varies depending on the remaining lifespan of the wormhole, as well as a colour that indicates the type of ship that can fit through it. As well as this, there'll be changes to the way wormhole visuals behave when a ship passes through them, with more visible effects showing traffic that's more in line with the visuals seen during Stargate activation. The visual updates don't stop there. There's also a substantial number of tweaks and fixes to audio and graphics coming, as well as an overhaul of some of the effects on stars, including an increase in speed on their surface animations to make them look a little more alive and dynamic, and changes to how a star looks when you're silly enough to try and warp to the centre of it. There's also a few quality of life changes coming with a September release. Firstly, we'll see the introduction of the new time to warp system, which gives an overhaul of the UI displayed when a ship is entering warp. Pilots will now be able to see a progress bar that indicates how long it's going to take them to get into warp. In addition to this, a major change is that if a ship remains in its pre-warp state for 3 minutes, it'll automatically enter warp. This will hopefully prevent some of those unfortunate ship losses when pilots manage to get themselves wedged between asteroids or pleasure hubs in mission sites, that kind of thing. This is never a good way to go. Of course, scramblers, disruptors and any other form of cancel and warp will interrupt this timer, so a ship can still be pinned down and tackled as normal. Then of course, we have a few more gameplay changes that are coming with the September release. The first of these are the cyno field changes that were presented earlier in the summer. Standard cyno field generators will only be able to be fit to Force Recon Cruiser and Black Ops battleship hulls, making the choice to light a cyno field a little bit more expensive and something that pilots might want to think about a little more before mashing the button to hot drop. Black Ops battleships will also receive a 50% bonus to cyno field duration as part of this change. Along with these changes, a new type of cyno will also be introduced, the industrial cyno field. This only needs Cyno Theory 1 trained, and the module can be fitted on industrials, deep space transports and blockade runners. It can be jumped to by jump freighters and Black Ops battleships in order to make sure that cyno changes have minimal impact on the ability to complete logistics into more dangerous areas of space. Blueprints for this new cyno module are available now as of the deployment of the September release. This release also sees some changes to the Venture, which is now going to be prevented from capturing low-sec factional warfare sites. The Venture's great agility and natural built-in bonuses to warp core strength are a great trait to have on the ship, but they've been quite viciously abused by those seeking to tip the scales in factional warfare. This wasn't the intention with the design of the ship, so this change to their access to factional warfare plexes should even out the playing field a little bit. And now we move on to the Eve Invasion World Tour. We've had some crazy events this year, and the most recent one was in Finland, where CCP Berger and CCP Helmar spoke for several hours about the future vision for Eve Online. You should check it out on twitch.tv/ccp, but be aware, viewer discretion is advised, there's burgers and naked butts in this one.
Now the party begins.
Now that everyone's put their clothes back on, we're going to kick off preparations for G-Fleet, which happens this weekend, September 13th and 14th, in the heart of Germany, Berlin. It's going to be an epic event, and if you're interested in finding more out about G-Fleet, or you want to come along, tickets are still on sale, and you can also head over to gfleet.de to see the full schedule and everything about the speakers who'll be attending, both player and developer. After G-Fleet concludes, we've got a short break and then we roll into the next event, Eve Vegas, which is going to be absolutely unbelievable. From there, we'll then head to the final event of the year at Eve London. Tickets are also now on sale for all of the additional events for Eve Vegas. This includes a traditional pub crawl down in the old heart of Las Vegas on Fremont Street, where we'll be bar hopping and sharing a few drinks. And of course, given that everyone came back from Eve North's axe throwing session with all their appendages and their limbs and fingers intact, we're going to host another event in Vegas. We've also confirmed that Permaband will be playing at the Eve Vegas party, this time at Omnia, the awesome nightclub right across the strip from the venue. It's going to be an amazing time, so be sure to grab your tickets while you still can. We have full event tickets for those who want to take part in Eve Vegas itself at the Flamingo, as well as party-only tickets for that night at Omnia if people just want to see the band play. We've learned a lot from the Eve Invasion World Tour, visiting Toronto, St. Petersburg, Amsterdam, and a whole host of other cities as well. So, in 2020, we'll be taking the North American gathering on the road, and the first trip is going to be to San Diego, California. We'll be heading out to the coast for a little bit of a different take on a North American gathering. Another thing we learned from the Eve Invasion World Tour is that our Russian players are incredible. They're absolutely crazy. They know how to drink, they know how to party, and their passion for Eve is pretty much unrivaled anywhere in the world. So next year, we're super happy to confirm that we'll be heading back to Russia for an exclusive Russian event. This time we'll be moving away from St. Petersburg and heading to the heart of the Russian Federation in Moscow. So be sure that you save up plenty of vacation days, that you mark a lot of X's off on your calendars, and you keep an eye on the news so that you don't miss out on some of the most epic events in Eve's history next year. Community feedback is incredibly important to us, and last week just saw the first CSM summit for CSM 14. Our player delegates have flown out to CCP headquarters here in Reykjavik, Iceland, and they've been providing feedback on everything from the blackout to the new cyno changes. They've also taken a quick look at what's coming up for Eve Online soon. And finally, for this edition of Eve Pulse, 2 weeks ago we were super happy to put a brand new version of Eve Portal, the mobile companion app for Eve Online, in the hands of players across the globe. The new app features full read-write access to your skill queue, so you can swap skills, change training plans, assign unallocated skill points, and even buy and inject skills all on your phone. The usual features are also there, including mail, calendar, and some base information about your character in the initial version of the mobile character screen. There's also the New Eden store in there, so if you've got Plex in your vault, you can pick up skins and services right from your mobile device. The feedback on the new version of Portal has been incredible so far, and it's been amazing to see so many people trying it out. This is just the start for the app, and now that it's built in Unreal 4, there are endless possibilities to link it with Eve Online and give you more information, more features, and ability to manage your gameplay through a mobile device. In the last few days, we've released updates that massively improve compatibility, allowing more devices to access the app. And we're looking to expand this even further as we go forward. However, please bear in mind that some older devices won't be able to run the app, given that it's built in Unreal 4. The Eve community's feedback is vital to making Eve Portal a success, and we want to hear what you have to say about the app. So head out to the Eve Online forums, where we've created a brand new forum section for the discussion of Eve Portal. Whether it's feature requests, assistance, reporting bugs that need to be fixed, or general feedback, you can head on over there and let us know what you think of the app so we can work on making it bigger and better for you in the future. That's all we've got time for this edition of Eve Pulse. We apologise again for the naked butts, and we hope that you guys are going to join us again in future for more episodes. You can subscribe down there to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the action or any of the topics we're going to cover in future episodes. And that's it for now. We'll see you in space. Okay. Okay. Shit. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Please. Then, of course, we also have some more direct gameplay. No, why did we name it a sinusoidal field? That's the worst name ever. It's so hard to say. It's like or jumpy face or something. I don't know. Yeah. Jesus. Fuck. Will be prevented. Hold on. Get bent. A bent? We have. Portal app is